So before we jump into it, explain to the listeners first off of what you undertook and what you did.
Well, I wondered if the world needed another book, and I wasn't convinced that it really did. I'm still not. A conversation that I had with a very successful CEO about 3 years ago, not quite. I had coached her and her team at an inflection point, but at the time she had 10,000 W-2 employees. She has 12,000 now. And she made this statement to me, and she said, Gary, I don't know what I'm doing. And I said, are you kidding me? 10,000 W-2 employees. And I'm like, why would you say that? And she said, I only have a 2-year secretarial degree. And I said, Tana, who cares? You run circles around all of these that have great credentials, MBAs from notorious places. And I said, I think I know what that is. I think that's imposter syndrome. And she said, yeah, you're right. That night or shortly thereafter, I remember thinking, man, there's a pattern here. Almost every CEO that has ever dropped their guard with me, not just those that I've coached, but those that I've either served or been parts of groups with, where we had 300 of them in our private equity group, that I got to know their stories quite well.
Right.
That was a common theme. They thought they got lucky. They thought they weren't good enough. They thought they were less than, and they felt inferior to other people, like they weren't deserving. And I thought, man, this is really crazy. And I felt that way for most of my life, even as a kid. So I thought, I'm going to maybe just write down some of my own journey with that and sprinkle in some stuff that we had heard from people on the podcast that we knew. So that's where I started.